Well, for the tens of thousands of people who went to the Austin Symphony's 4th of July concert and fireworks show last week, there was something unusual on the program.
A choreographed slideshow depicted the struggles of American military troops at war in Iraq and Afghanistan and at home when they got back here to the U.S. But in an in-depth report tonight, our Jim Swift tells us that behind the scenes, a struggle of a different kind was unfolding.
On one of his 3 deployments to Iraq, Army Corporal Andrew Wade Nunn carried an American flag with him wherever he went. That flag now hangs on a wall in Nunn's Austin home, just across the room from a photograph of Scott Zauer, a buddy from Nunn's unit who committed suicide.
He had so much heart. He loved his country. He loved doing his job. And when the Army told him that he couldn't anymore and sent him home, he didn't know what to do with himself. And I guess he just felt that he was alone and he didn't have anything left to offer the world, so he ended his own life. He's one of probably 19 guys that I know that have committed suicide.
Last week, we interviewed Aaron Trebe, a war photographer from Austin, and Austin Symphony conductor Peter Bay at a rehearsal for the special July 4th program that would include a photo montage of troops.
The military's built.
We spoke with Nunn as well because he was also to be on the program, offering a short spoken statement. But the day after the rehearsal, Nunn's appearance and that of 2 other scheduled speakers were abruptly canceled.
I thought some of the material in the monologues were concerning information that was a real downer, in my opinion, talking about taking one's own life, and I know what their mission is all about, but I wasn't expecting to be quite that graphic.
It was difficult to come back and tell these vets, hey, sorry, but your stories are too sad to talk about.
It's a bitter pill to swallow for a lot of people. You know, people don't want to accept the fact that 18 veterans commit suicide every single day.
Is it the use of the word suicide in particular bother you? Or?
Well, yeah, that word bothered me, but then she tried to soften it by saying taking one's own life, and to me that's the same thing.
I would also like to thank our other generous concert sponsors.
Executive Director Anthony Caroa said the decision had nothing to do with the symphony's reputation or its ability to raise money. But in the email announcing his decision, he told Trebe, quote, to put our audience in a similar frame of mind as they hear the recounting of the horrible personal experiences of these 3 individuals is not in the best interest of the ASO or its sponsors. The risks to my organization, staff, sponsors, board of directors far outweigh any perceived benefits you might have.
This situation is a reflection of the stigma that exists in society. You know, don't say suicide, it's too depressing. Like, people don't want to hear about that on a holiday.
The good news is that except for the disagreement over the speaking parts, everyone involved worked well together. And Trebe's veteran advocacy group, the Homecoming Project, was able to show its photo montage. And ironically, in deciding to rein in the speaking parts of the program, the Symphony actually wound up creating other opportunities, including this report, to keep the issue of troop and veteran suicide alive. Jim Swift, KXAN News.
The Homecoming Project raises money for local organizations that provide direct assistance to veterans having trouble readjusting to life in the civilian world. You can learn how to pitch in through a link with this story on our website at KXAN.com.